you doing?
One good clap. How are you, babe?
How are you?
Kevin, I couldn't wait for you to get here because now we can show everybody the operation game that we have.
Oh,
on
you
the
got
table.
this thing?
We have been waiting for you. Wait, you can't play.
Don't cheat.
Don't cheat. He's already ready. See, such a surgeon
Already
in real
cheating.
life. All right, Kevin, you're here to talk all things Grey's Anatomy, but first, we want to get your take on Jane Fonda. So I heard you're like a huge Jane Fonda fan.
You know, like those videos came out when I was pretty young. Like, I was a teenager. I was a teenager, and I was like, "Whoa, what's this?" You know. And my mum never did them, but like they were everywhere. And I had like most teenage boys at that time. I was like, "What is this? Who is this woman?" It's like she was amazing. So I remember one of my first crushes. Was
really?
Probably, like seeing that on the Scottish news, it was like Jane Fonda's doing this video. So, and yeah, so that I remember that a long time ago. I never exercised until I left Scotland because nobody exercises.
Right.
It's not a thing you do in Scotland. You just kind of sit in front of the TV and eat fried food.
And watch Jane Fonda. I'm with you. I would be doing that too. So, Kevin, I need to know, what is it like to work with a visionary like Shonda Rhimes?
It's pretty amazing. I
Yeah.
feel very lucky. And I've been on the show now for quite a while, and every single season we always think, do we have any more stories to tell? Do we have any more, stuff that's exciting and vibrant and new and fresh? And every single season, the writers and Shonda just knock it out of the park and surprise us,
Right.
and blow us all away, including the audiences. You know?
I mean,
Absolutely.
because people are still gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
Always.
There's always going to be something medical that's going on.
Right.
Which, by the way, before we move on, I don't want to not say it, but congratulations on the new season that's going to
Oh, thank you.
actually really exciting.
I know, it was just announced yesterday.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
couldn't believe
big
that.
deal.
Really
It's
cool.
amazing. It's
But
huge.
now that Scandal is over,
Yes.
were you kind of dreading the fact that Shonda's going to have more time, which means she gets to hang out with you guys a lot more? and
No,
go back
we
to
miss
the
her.
mothership.
Like, we don't get to see her much because she's so busy with like all her different shows. So hopefully we'll get to see Shonda more.
Have you heard from her? Has she said, well, I'm stopping by, or does she usually just stop by?
She'll just stop by, and then you're like, "Whoa, Shonda's here."
So you must always be on your best behavior.
Everybody has to be on their best.
It's like Big Brother's always watching.
You have to behave. You have to behave.
love it.
It's great. It's great because her driver, who I know quite well, is a lovely guy, and we drive the same truck, he and I. But he comes in a black Escalade. So when you see the black Escalade, you know that Shonda's around.
Oh, well, there you go.
Wow, fancy.
I like it.
Shonda's here, Shonda's
So who's the biggest celebrity fan that you've had come up to you and be like, oh my gosh, I love the show?
Sharon Stone. I remember
Wow.
Sharon Stone. This was, I think, in my second season on the show. I went to a premiere of a movie, and Sharon Stone came up to me on the red carpet and grabbed me and said, "I love the show. The character's so cool."
amazing.
And I'm Sharon, and I was like, "I know who you are. I know who you are." But so that kind of blew me away because I'd only moved to LA a year and a half before that, so I wasn't used to being in this town and seeing those kind of people around.
Yeah.
You get used to it a little bit after a while. It's still always a surprise when you bump into somebody in
Like at the
Bloomingdale's
Ralphs.
or at
Right.
Walmart.
Or Ralph's, yeah.
Or
Or
Ralph's.
Bloomingdale's.
But it gets more, the more you're here, it does
Yeah.
get more normal. But that was in my early years here, so I was just like, my mouth was just wide open.
That's amazing. So who would be your dream co-star to act alongside with?
Sharon Stone.
There you
You
go.
know-
Jane Fonda.
Jane Fonda, yes!
Sharon Stone and Jane Fonda.
And Jane
in the
Fonda
same
has to wear the
scene.
same
That'd be
outfit,
good
yeah.
stuff.
What would the plot look
die
like
happy.
for that? Would it be a
They should be, what could they be, like sisters maybe? Who are like
Yeah.
fighting over something. I kind of like that. Like they're both fighting over a man. Like Tom
Totally.
Selleck or
Okay.
something like that, you know?
Yep, I totally see it.
So do you stay in touch with Sandra Oh and what do you hear from her much? How do we get her back on the show? People are asking.
I do hear from Sandra.
Okay.
Yes, I do. And I promised her, oh my God.
You can't-
I actually had dinner with her just a few nights ago.
Okay.
Wow.
2 or 3 nights ago. And I said to her, I said, "I'm really sorry, but like, I think, there's been quite a lot of people going, Sandra, there's rumor that Sandra might come back to the show." And then she has to kind of rebuff the rumors and say, I'm pretty busy with my life at the moment. And I said, I'm going to say it's my fault.
Oh.
She's like, what do you mean it's your fault? I said, but whenever I'm doing a red carpet, people go, is Sandra Oh going to come back to the show? And I always say, I'd love her to come back to the show. And yeah, I always ask her because I do in a jokey way. So that I think I keep perpetuating this rumor. And so she kind of slapped me in the head and told me to stop.
It's just on your
Stop
vision
talking about me.
It's on his vision
But I think she still might. So I'm again perpetuating
Right, there you go.
that rumor because I do think she might still. And so we'll see.
Okay, well, we haven't forgotten about you guys over there on Twitter. Twitter is chiming in right now. We have a Twitter question for you. At JRosen821 says, out of all of the Owen's girlfriends, who do you think would be the best fit for him?
For Owen. That's a very loaded question. That's a very loaded question. What do you think?
I'm like, no. See, the reverse psychology manipulation thing does not work over here.
Okay.
No, it doesn't.
You got to answer it.
I think probably because she was the original, probably Christina, Sandra Oh's character. Even though I think Emilia is amazing, and Teddy, even though Owen and Teddy have never actually technically been boyfriend and girlfriend, I just being the original relationship, I think does give her the slight edge, but only slight.
Get it.
You know your Twitter is blowing up right now with people that may agree with you and disagree with you, and they're going to be like, how could you have said that? I
totally.
Wait till after the show.
You should have said.
You should have said.
You should have.
All right. Well, since May finales are right around the corner, and I know you were just so anxious to jump on the operation table. Oh, we're not playing that yet. See, I'm anxious too.
You are definitely anxious. You can't stop touching
We're going to play a game of senior superlatives. Did I say it right?
Yes, I think so.
We were fighting over who was
got
gonna
it. I'm
say-
like, I'm not saying that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably even not that.
Senior superlatives.
Yes. Are you ready for that?
This is an American thing, right?
Is it-
The senior yearbook.
Yes.
Remember, I'm
yes.
Scottish, so I need to be updated.
Yes.
Yes, it's an American. But although this one didn't happen in my senior year. Did it happen in your senior year?
No,
It
not
happened.
really.
Oh, anyway, we're going to play anyway. So
Okay,
this
tell
is
me.
about your current and former Grey's cast members right now, but it's about the actors, not about their characters.
Okay.
All right. So you tell us who may fit this role. Like who changed the most? Who's the most changed person?
Most changed would have to be Meredith Grey.
Okay. How come? Why would you
Because
say
she's been there since the start, and she almost committed suicide. Her mother died, had Alzheimer's. Her husband died. I would say out of all the characters, she's had the most tumultuous and complicated and dramatic roller coaster of a life.
that? Okay. Well,
How about most dramatic?
and remember, it's actually about the actor, not
actor,
the
yeah.
character. So we're talking about the
it's
real
about-
life people. Who's the most
sorry,
dramatic
I
person?
was doing the TV
That's okay.
character. I'm sorry. So, so the next one,
Most
who's
dramatic.
the most
Most dramatic, yeah.
Most dramatic would be, I'd say Sandra Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Sandra Oh, yeah.
right.
She
How
would, she would, you know, she didn't agree with something, she'd be like, you know, there'd be a lot of big reactions, you know, because we're all theatre actors,
Yeah.
so I think that theatre thing is still
Totally.
Okay. Most likely to be president.
most likely to be president. It's a split. It's a split between Jim Pickens, who used to be the chief,
Yeah.
who's very stately and wise, and Jesse Williams, who
Oh.
I think is a pretty inspiring young man. Well, he's
Yeah.
kind of the same age as me, but you know, I'm really proud of some of the work he's been doing outside
Yeah.
of being on the show.
He's very
I would
prolific.
say the two of them be a good president vice
Yeah.
president situation.
All
Kinda
right.
like, you know.
How about most attractive?
Most attractive. Let me think.
Behind all the makeup.
Behind all the makeup. Oh, I would say.
I'm adding this to the question.
Shade.
So like before you get your makeup on.
Right, like just the natural
I would
beauty.
say natural beauty. Kyla Lee was really beautiful.
Oh, wow.
And still is.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Can I just
Cool.
throw that? I
Right?
believe. Jesse, if you're watching.
Jesse's pretty beautiful, but I can't say it.
Yes, you can. You
Yeah,
guys
he's
can
pretty
say it's a guy.
Yeah,
it's a
for
nice
sure.
guy.
Okay, how about most opinionated?
Most opinionated.
Yeah.
Most opinionated, I would say, is Ellen Pompeo.
Okay.
She has lots of opinions, and most of them are very good and very insightful. And she's
Cool.
very smart.
Most likely to stay and be BFFs. So you guys actually get along off set, not real life
I would
BFFs.
I would say that's a split between Sarah Drew for me,
Okay.
plays April Kepner, Katerina Scorsoni, who played my wife Emilia, and Sandra Oh. So I have to pick one of them. That's really hard to
You
do.
can have multiple BFFs.
Okay, they're my multiples. There you go.
There you go. All right, now we have another question for you from Twitter. Gotta love the Twitter questions. All right, here we go. What's the question? It's from @ShipsAmelia asks, are we going to see some development between Owen and Emilia in these last few episodes of the season, and what can we expect from them?
You will, yes. It's interesting because, you know, the characters have basically broken up and they've decided to divorce. But there's obviously still something between them, you know? And my character Owen has decided that he's had enough of not being a father. He wants to be a father. So he's decided to join the fostering to adopt program. And Emilia just jumps in and starts to help him. And they become these kind of, even though they're split up and divorced, they become this kind of really quite beautiful couple again,
Right.
in the taking care of this baby and this teenage, the mum who's kind of gone down the wrong tracks. So I think there will be a lot of pretty complicated and interesting developments leading up to the season.
Can't wait. Another question is, why are Jessica Capshaw and Sarah Drew leaving at the end of the season? Wow.
It's a tough one. It's like, you know, I'm going to miss them both so much, especially Sarah. You know, I love Jessica and Sarah so much.
Yeah.
And we've all been together for quite a few years now. And, you know, Sarah for me as well, because my character and her character were in the trauma room together because we ran the trauma, you know, we're both ER trauma surgeons. So I rarely got to do scenes with Jessica. We'd always have fun together, but I would always work much more heavily with Sarah. So I'm gonna miss them. It's always it's hard,
So
you know.
must
Every
be.
single time
Must
somebody
be.
leaves,
Yeah.
it's really hard. It's a huge wrench to the family because it feels
Right.
like a family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's they going to be
Sad.
introducing? Who's going to be in there? What's going to happen?
I can't tell you. I would get in a lot of trouble. Shonda's escalated.
Totally.
the show up. If I said that, then her car would show
Well, we don't
up.
want
I'd
that
be
to
in
happen. All right. Well, now finally, what I've been waiting for, and I know the
Right?
moment you've been waiting for.
Let's do this.
Kind of looks like a trauma center, right?
Yeah.
A lot of crazy.
sterile?
Right, it is sterile. A lot of crazy things happen on Grey's Anatomy in 313 episodes. So we're going to play a game called Grey's or No Ways. All right. We're going to tell you a storyline, and if it actually happened on the show, you say Grey's. And if you don't think it happened on the show, tell us no ways. But to make things a little bit more interesting, we're going to be asking you these questions while you're performing surgery on our
tough.
dear friend right
Let me
here.
move this cup for you.
All right,
his
but
name?
you
Tony?
play a trauma surgeon, so you kind of got this, all right?
Okay.
So let's start with the first one. Go ahead.
All right, a character is happy with hair plugs until he realizes he has graft versus host disease. Grey's or no ways?
What type of disease? No ways. No ways.
No ways. That's
Graft.
the correct answer?
No.
There we go.
Correct.
All right, there we go. All right, correct answer. All right, here we
Happened
go.
on Arrested
A
Development.
character has sex with a ghost. Grey's or no ways? You got to still be performing surgery here, buddy. You can't be
I'm doing
stopping.
it. That's Grey's. That's Grey's.
That's
That is
Grey's.
Grey's
Okay,
for sure.
correct. All right, keep going.
That
A
was Danny
character
Duquette.
falls to their death from an open window. Grey's or no ways?
That's Grey's for sure.
All right, no ways.
No,
Incorrect.
really?
That was
Sex in the City. Wrong one. Wrong show.
All right, a character that aims to operate on her enemies by giving them lobotomies. Grey's or no ways?
Wait.
Grey's.
There's no ways.
No ways. Correct. You're right. That's Melrose Place.
A character who can hear inside their own body.
What is going
Grey's
on?
or no ways?
You're messing up this guy.
You're inside their own bodies?
Yes.
Grey's
Grey's or no ways?
That's Grey's.
Correct. It was Demi Lovato.
Lovato.
That's
Dude.
right. I remember that.
Yeah,
episode.
Demi Lovato.
I hope our guy has insurance right here.
I know.
All right.
Oh my God. It's
A
gonna be
character
anxiety.
has spontaneous orgasms. Grey's or no ways?
Grey's.
Grey's. Correct.
A character goes into a fire to save a dog and ends up dying of smoke. Smoke inhalation. Grey's or no ways?
Grey's.
Sorry, I'm so like
Grey's.
hot on this.
No, this is us. That's incorrect. That was actually
get it
not you guys. All right. A character gets I feel so bad.
Me too. I want to help you.
Gets impaled by a falling icicle. Grey's or no ways?
Grey's, because my character removed it.
There you go. Correct.
nice.
Actually, let's see how many pieces you got out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's pretty
Did
good.
I do good?
5
Yes,
seasons.
that's pretty good.
Although I think there may
Yeah.
be some permanent damage into someone else. Kevin, thank you so much for
Thank
hanging
you.
out with
Thank
us.
you, Kevin.
We had a great time
That
with
was
you,
awesome.
and we
Thank
can't
you.
wait to see many, many more seasons to come. Do you guys already rumoring season 16? 16? Oh,
That's
yeah.
amazing. Well, congratulations.
Yeah. Oh, we got one more question for you,
Go ahead.
Kevin, before you go. Before you go, can you describe the finale for us in 3 words? That just came from Twitter.
Can I describe the finale without giving
In
it away?
3
That's really
words.
hard. In 3 words, one of the best.
Ooh, good one.
Okay. All right. I like that. Well, before we go, let's take a look at our results of our poll. Kevin, what would you name the royal baby? Arthur, Philip, Frederick, or James? I like how my voice just went totally high.
I have-
Totally, yeah.
I have to go with Arthur.
Arthur.
Arthur, yeah. It's a very
Arthur.
British name.
You don't
I love
pronounce
it.
the
And
R.
you got it on the money because Arthur is actually
Is it
the
really?
winner of
Nice.
the poll. Yes,
There you go.
32% of Twitter is going to be it, and James is at 30% now. I'm still for Philip. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
why. Well, anyway.
Arthur
right.
Phillip.
There you
Yeah,
go.
you can take both.
Kevin, thank you again
My
so
pleasure.
much for hanging out with us.
Can I take the game?
No.
No.
It's not my game?
We have
What
to
if
play
we
it.
get somebody else that wants to
Okay.
play it? See? You're so greedy. Freaking, they want to take everything. All right. Everyone, make sure you watch Grey's Anatomy Thursday night on ABC. And Cheryl, thank you so much for being
Aw,
my
thanks.
co-host. You have to come back.
Thanks for having me.
Please,
I will, for
Don't
sure.
forget that
I love it
camera
here.
on you
Congratulations.
tomorrow. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Tell us how the baby's.
Oh,
and
first,
the
yeah,
twins are.
I'll be undercover
Okay.
just for you.
All right, guys, we'll be back tomorrow with more stories and more of your reactions. Plus, Hollywood medium Tyler Henry stops by. It's going to be interesting.
Amazing.
So make sure you send us questions for him using #chatter. Have a sweet night, guys. Okay, let's try this.